Hi, I'm Joe with Joe Strong. Today I'm going over a dumbbell specifically while using weights, so that way we know how to approach this when things get heavy, when your body gets tired and we're not hurting yourself, your knee joints, body's still happy when you leave and you're just sore the next day, and that's it. So let's start with the positioning for your legs, so that way you feel balanced and the knees aren't unhappy, or your hips by the end of this. So we are starting with feet together, but instead of just taking a step directly forward, if I stand forward so you can see, and if I step directly forward, it might feel a little imbalanced if you're new to this. So I actually want you to think about taking a step to a slight angle. That way, when you go down, you're stable, you have a wider stance, okay? So taking a step forward, and big enough step, if I took a tiny step and I went down, my knee drives really far over my toe, my heel might even come up, not gonna feel great. So big enough step, so we have a 90-degree when we get down on the bottom, and we can easily press up on the heel. If we take too big of a step, our back leg straightens. It's nothing really wrong with this. It's gonna challenge your hip flexors, but mostly it's hard to get back up. So it's gonna hurt your lower back, especially if you're holding weights. Somewhere in the middle, play around with it, record yourself. That's a great tip. Record yourself so that you can see how big or small your steps are. Okay, so when we're using weights, we have to really think about the upper body. You should without weights too, but especially with weights, shoulders back, chest proud. But if you do this too much, the back arches, and that's not gonna feel great. Core down, well, rib cage down, use your core. And then same sequence for the step, using your whole foot, not just your heel, but especially on the way up, using your heel to press up and core tight to bring those weights back together safely. Sorry, your feet back together safely. Looking forwards, I like to look down because if you look up, the back starts to arch. Okay? The positioning for the weights, a little secret, if they're really heavy, you want to challenge your legs, but your grip isn't that strong, is let the weights drift into the back of your hand. Once it's on your wrist, a little easier to hold on to. Okay, that is it for a lunge. One idea is if stepping forward, it's a little challenging, you can also step back. It tends to make it a little bit easier for your balance. It's easier to step forward using the front leg to balance yourself rather than getting back from that front position. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, watch other videos. I talk a lot about form cues, so that way you can exercise with more advanced movements safely. Thanks for watching.